So I've been wanting to talk about I've been kind of lost as to what we should do on Wednesday. And I think what I want to do is on Wednesday I'm going to take a look at the videos that I wanted to look at earlier in the week and I just didn't get a chance to. So there's a couple that I want to. The first is the one that Danny made about gem debt. So I want to give this one a fair shake. This video got fucking killed algorithmically, which sucks because I think it's really well done. Let me change this to Master Duel while we talk about it. And, you know, maybe the progressy bump will give Danny some gas. He said he wanted to delete it. I specifically told him, do not delete it because we are going to watch it. I was like, I want to watch it instead. And also, I think people have had just an unbelievable reaction to this one. So let's watch this together. It deals with the issue of an exploit that got people some free gems during a very specific portion of the Synchro Cup.
Currency, loot boxes, gems, paid coins, mesos, riot points, paid carrots, mine coins, gold, microtransactions. You're probably familiar with these terms and currencies if you've ever played any
Okay, I'm actually not familiar with paid carrots.
Online gacha or free-to-play video game that offers them. But where did this all start? Some would argue that arcade tokens were the first virtual currency. You paid real money to get a fake coin that let you play games at the arcade. But let's fast forward to the baby years of the internet. On September 9th, 1997, Yugioh Dreams of Divine Lands was one of the first games to have a free-to-play game that used premium currency to drive revenue.
This is crazy to hear that it was 97. That we hadn't figured out microtransactions until 97. Like, by the time I was coming of age in, like, 2005 and, like, poking around on the internet, this was already the norm.
This was a time when the internet wasn't so easy to access, and internet service plans normally charged you for however long you were on the internet.
Neither here nor there. Did you guys see that that they're finally phasing out dial-up? I was one of the last houses to, like, have dial-up. My parents were cheap as fuck, and they really didn't understand that this internet thing was going to be big. And I remember I wanted to be on the internet very badly, and we had dial-up until, like, 2011. And I remember when we got rid of the dial-up and got, like, the cheapest broadband available, it was like the whole world had been laid bare to me. I was finally able to play, like, RuneScape online.
Once America Online started to offer more flat-rate plans, people started to be online for much longer.
You know, you could argue that maybe it was good. That, like, the internet there was a point where the internet stopped.
No longer shackled by the minute-to-minute payment plans, people could play games endlessly.
Yeah, I mean, this was something that a lot of people kind of, especially early, were like, I can't believe that the future of this world is going to be dictated by the concept that we can play a game at any time and we have to actively fight the urge not to. I remember doing a debate in college, and it became a real problem because one of the people that was hired to cut cards for us was playing, like, Facebook Tetris and couldn't stop doing it. I remember being like, it's just fucking Facebook Tetris. How bad could it be? The answer? Very bad. I mean, we as a species were not prepared for what it was like to be connected 24/7 to the internet. And I think still are not, and they're still facing the repercussions for it. I mean, we just haven't evolved to be able to do this, and now we've done it, and you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube.
This meant online games like Yugioh.
Words with Friends. Dude, I almost broke up with someone over Words with Friends. I'd have to go back and check. But they clearly used a word from a fake-ass, like, there were many ways to cheat at Words with Friends. You could Google words based on your, like, thing, or you could hit anagrams, or there were some apps that would just tell you the max number of points. I was something like 70 up on my then girlfriend, and she posted a word that was worth 90 points and started with ZX. And I was like, you don't know what this word is. And she was like, no, I do. I was like, oh my god, do not fucking...
The load and the flood of new players cost them a pretty penny. The creator of the game, Matt Mahaley, had the bright idea to implement a premium currency. The game already had an in-game currency that you could only really earn through the game itself, so why not make a new one? One that was similar to the one in-game, but you could only get it through paying actual money And the only way to get the special items in the game was to use that premium currency.
Yeah.
This might not sound super new to you if
Yeah.
you know how this works, but
Yeah.
at the time it was, I don't want to say revolutionary, but maybe controversial. Fast forward 28.
Yeah. It is interesting that now every game functions on a similar model. I think WoW kind of exhausted that as the mechanism by which in-game currency is used. But now every game has, well, you could get the cash shop item using only shit you ground in-game. It's just going to take you a million years. The point of it is just you get to avoid waiting.
Years past loot boxes, in-game rewards, gems, whatever. And we now live in a world where everything is online.
Dude,
Games,
we are all
videos,
online all
movies.
goddamn day. This guy is playing he's playing WoW and Hearthstone at the same time.
Everything lives very comfortably on our computers and phones. You can pull out your smartphone today and play a video game for free. They even offer you rewards to play their game. They're practically giving you money when you play
That's
these
so
games,
true.
right? But what if the companies who offered these rewards could take them back? What if they made a mistake? Who's to blame? The ones taking advantage of the mistake? Do you deserve your in-game currency? Are companies allowed to own that currency? And can they take it back from you at any time? Well, that's what happened in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Online simulator, Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. First, what happened?
Real quick, I don't want to gas this guy up because I think he sucks. I think Danny's a fucking hack. He's a piece of shit. Farfa is always really mad with me when I watch his like capital V video, capital E essays because I get totally hung up about individual word choice and I nitpick. But, oh God, it is going to sound really bad, like I'm coming down hard on Farfa for now. Danny is a really good writer. I've done enough like stuff with Danny that I'm like, he is a good writer with a specific voice that understands how to translate text to conversation and text to video. And it's not until you watch a video like this that you're like, the script is just tight. Like, sometimes I'll watch back some of my stuff and I'm like, that was such a loose sentence. Like, holy shit, what was I thinking? But he's doing good here.
If you've never heard of Master Duel, it's Konami's official Yu-Gi-Oh! Simulator meant to mimic as best as possible the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game on PC. It's a gacha game where you spend gems to open packs and try and pull rare cards. Master Duel has an upcoming event called the Synchro Cup.
This is so concise. He's not wasting words. Fuck.
What
I'm really trying not to gas him up.
Master Duel does to allow for a smoother process for these events.
It's a thing where like if he is sufficiently good at writing, you won't even notice it.
They'll
Why do I
preload
have
the event
writing?
into the game until the event starts, so you can look at it, see what's coming up, etc.
When I saw this,
and
I was
kind
like,
of-
so when it cuts to you,
it's
you're kind of
important
speaking
for
off the cuff,
decks to
right? And
see what
he was
ones
like,
you're
yeah.
gonna
And I was
build,
like, okay,
prepare
this is where it gets kind
for.
of stumbly.
So it's nice. It's pretty simple. Lets people check out the event and build decks prior. On August 5th, 12 a.m. EST, players logged in and clicked on the Synchro Cup. They then tried to enter and check the event, build decks, etc. When they clicked it, the game crashed instead of letting you in. Then, through the magic of bugs in the code, you were 1,000 gems richer after logging in.
So my understanding was, isn't this the payout for doing the cup? Like they were just accidentally front-loading the payout?
That was odd, but maybe it was just a one-time thing. So, players, including one of my community members...
It was payout for what your rank is. Yeah, so what happens is when you enter these events, you immediately get a bunch of free shit based on what your rank was the previous season. Because the cups start you at a duel level equal to where you were last season. And for that reason, just entering gets you like 900, 1,000, 1,100 gems, depending on where you are. And then you fight for the rest of it to get into stage 2. So you were getting the skips.
Try it again. Same thing. Game crashes. You log back in. Boom. 2,000 gems in your gem bank account. So you're 1,000 gems richer. Rinse and repeat for infinite gems.
I do like that the first one, he's like cropped out Zerglinator's name. And then by the third one, he's like, ah, fuck it. It's Zerglinator. Ban that guy.
There was no limit to the amount of gems you could have, barring the actual in-game ceiling limit. I think there's an actual limit.
Yeah, you
to
can't
how
have
many
more
gems
than
you can,
10,000 gems.
have at one time before they're put into these like gift boxes. But you spend them and then you do it again, right? So it's pretty much infinite. The game went down for an emergency maintenance as soon as the Master Duel developer...
It takes him 2.5 days to fix ranked on fucking Duel Links. But oh my god, oh Jesus, this was up for all of 20 minutes.
realized the issue, which was about, I want to say around 10 to 20 minutes. Pretty fast response time. If any of the developers are in Japan, this happened around 1 p.m. their time. So, you know, at least they were online. But even 10 minutes was enough time for players to realize what was happening and make insane bank. After the maintenance period was over, players could no longer gain an infinite amount of gems. The issue was resolved, but the gems stuck to the account. So if you were an unsuspecting person who realized, whoa, I'm getting free gems right now, you might have spent them. Here's the kicker. Master Duel announced in an update that they had fixed the issue, but did not clarify what they would do about the players who had been able to get some extra gems from this exploit. Their exact words, which exist on the updates page, reads as follows. In Master Duel currently, once the policy or the handling of this matter has been finalized, we will provide an update through an official announcement.
We're going to do a press release that's like, we're going to hang you. We're bringing back hanging crimes. This is the first one.
Many players just started spending the free gems they got with the understanding that Master Duel would probably try and claw them back. So why not spend them all? 2. Master Duel debt. Oh man, I already got student debt, dude. I don't gotta do Master Duel debt too.
What a relatable millennial experience.
First official announcement of the issue at 11 p.m. EST. Master Duel had announced in-game that they would be retrieving the free gems that were, in their words, mistakenly granted to users who accessed the Synchro Cup event screen where the bug happened. I'll read off my favorite part here of the update, which states, if the number of gems to be retrieved exceeds the user's current gem balance, the balance will be adjusted to a negative value. Even if your gem balance is negative, you can still purchase gems. However, until your balance becomes positive, you will not be able to use gems to obtain items in the shop. Incredible stuff.
Awesome.
Master Duel.
Awesome.
Incredible stuff.
Genius level intellect.
A mistake you made is now costing players and putting the virtual Pinkertons at these players' doorstep. You know, this actually isn't the first time this has happened in a gacha game, believe it or not. 3. Let's do a brief history on gacha games and mistakes by developers.
I like the way he looks when he says, believe it or not. He's doing like the Lin-Manuel Miranda.
About 2 years
You know what he's doing? He's the, I live in good old Chicago. That's what he's doing.
ago, an NSFW game called Tai Manin on RPG.
Whoa! Wait, this is...
Ecstasy. Yes, the name of the game has the word ecstasy, except it's replaced the CS with an X. Truly incredible minds at work here. A boob-first style gacha.
That's not what he's calling it.
In what Kotaku describes in their article as horny sci-fi future.
Cool.
Which I absolutely agree with.
Like he's like, we agree.
Wait,
hold up. This article about a gacha game is written by Ethan Gotch? Is he the inventor of the gacha?
Its first major crisis of gem debt.
This video has iconic porn. What?
Go into all the specifics, so please feel free to read the Kotaku article in the description below if you want the full story. I'll be brief. There was a bug where players were getting an absurd amount of gems when leveling up in the game. This went unnoticed for 5 days before
no one was playing this shit. They were jacking off too much. So, oh shit, there's a game attached. Oh, and I'm rich.
They patched it. They had a mobile release, and during that mobile release, the bug was occurring with pretty much the whole time until their PC release, where they fixed everything.
This game invented a whole genre of porn. What game?
Much slower response time in comparison to Master Duel. They then did the exact same thing Master Duel did and retrieved the virtual currency, with some players amassing years worth of gem debt. Imagine having years of gem debt. I would just never play your game again.
I mean, I would just fucking die, right?
This became infamous with the game. Some of the people describing it on social media as the worst move for any gacha ever. Many players rightfully laughed at the insanity of paying back a company for fake currency online. The game received a mass influx of review bombs, and their reputation was officially tarnished. Another instance of this was actually a One Piece mobile game called One Piece Treasure Cruise, where a Redditor and many other players discussed how during a specific Veterans campaign, they were getting 30 gems over and over again when clicking their literal, welcome email. Thanks for playing the game. Here's 30 gems. And then they check their mail, and there it is again, and again, and again, and again. For reference, it takes about 50 gems to do the 10 plus pulls for this game. Just know that it's a lot of gems, and
it's crazy to think that the One Piece game would be so so down against punishing pirates, right? They set my debt at 30 billion berries.
It allowed them to get pretty much anything they wanted. The One Piece Treasure Cruise team, of course, did similarly and rolled this back, taking back as much as they could, but notably, they did not put their players into gem debt, which is, in my opinion, the worst option. What? You're telling me this happened at Blizzard 2? Okay, why does that matter? Now?
I like he's like, yeah, and also it is also currently happening in Hearthstone.
You mean like right now? Like 2 hours ago, right now? Are you serious? Okay, so apparently Hearthstone, an online card game, or colloquially known as a CCG or OCCG, an online-only collectible card game, a mistake occurred as well as of 2 hours ago from recording this. What's notable about Blizzard's mistake was that a $1 bundle was released into the store. This dollar bundle net you 5 packs and a legendary card. An incredible deal for players. To explain how much players would be saving, the regular price of packs in Hearthstone is $2.99 USD for 2 packs, with increasing minor discounts the more you buy. So think about that. $1, 5 packs, and a legendary card. I'm not even sure if you can dust those, but if you can, then it also allows you for crafting materials, etc. And I think they use a new currency called arcane orbs. So what did the players do? They bought it, obviously. Same stories before. Blizzard's now working to claw back some of the resources given out for free. Players can be put into dust debt.
What?
Awesome stuff, but
Dust is okay. This one's funnier because they're not talking about arcane orb debt. They're talking about arcane dust debt, which is the equivalent of our UR crafting material. You are put into not debt with respect to the currency you spend money on. You are put into debt with respect to the crafting points.
they're not refunding the people who bought
Imagine rare wild card debt.
the pack. So if you spent $50 to $100 or something, or God forbid more, they take your money and they take back everything that happened.
Chinese law must be crazy, man. Because in America, like, you would not be allowed to do that, right?
They're only refunding the in-game currency known as arcane orbs. Amazing. I love freemium games. I love spending my cash on fake things that can explode on you at a moment's notice.
Check out that autofocus.
My thoughts. So where does this put us? Obviously, this is terrible for the companies. They lose a lot of money. It can cause maybe smaller games to fail. But notice how every single company in these freemium markets, except Blizzard, who's offering compensation in terms of like a couple packs, which also feels like a slap in the face, so I don't even want to accept that, refuses to accept their mistake, honor the purchases, and move on. Understandably so. Their customer second, money first. They want cash. That's it. In my opinion, you've made the mistake. You should have to lie in the bed you made. You're a billion-dollar company. You make millions and millions off the back of people who want to play your game. Own up to it and respect the people who put cash into your game. There's plenty of real-world examples where this has occurred and companies have honored their price. We could talk about days about if companies should honor their these mistakes that lose them money. I don't care. These companies make millions and millions of dollars. They're gonna be fine. Maybe if this was like a mom and pop shop gacha. Awesome, the sentence I've just created.
Support your local small business gacha game.
No. A classic example was Zappos. They had a pricing screw up with their sister company, 6pm.com, that cost them $1.6 million back in 2010. Lot of money back then.
Okay, not to get all carbolic smokeball on this, but this is just a contract law question, right? Is like the United States has pretty specific laws as to what constitutes a contract and a sale and what constitutes mistake on the part of one contracting party or one party to a purchase or one party to playing the fucking game. And, you know, again, this is not legal advice. I don't want to draw legal conclusions. I'm just someone who studies law. I'm not a lawyer. It is kind of crazy that gacha games, to my understanding, are basically operating with complete impunity, with the understanding that bringing a suit is going to be complicated enough and expensive enough that they're just going to be able to get out of it.
What happened was they had a pricing error where everything was capped at $49.95 USD, meaning you could purchase anything for that price, capped. So that expensive device, jacket,
like what
shirt,
he's talking
shoes,
about here is just
all
mistake.
Of it, capped $50. Well, the lucky people that Friday morning, 15 years ago, were able to purchase a ton of stuff. They lost a lot of money, but they said that they would take ownership of their mistake, and they fulfilled the orders.
That's E332. That's 322. That's it. Is in the TOS of most of these things, they say, like, rather than suit by playing, you agree to an arbitration provision. And to be clear, you know, you probably still can initiate a suit. But, like, what, you're going to lose a weekend of your life, do forced arbitration to, like, deal with this fucking gacha game? Get a mediator in here. We got to talk about gem debt.
Please the customers who got a nice, sweet deal, and they earned the respect of the customers that they don't have who got a nice deal. While Master Duel is a pretty free-to-play friendly game, many gacha games want you to think like this. They gift you gems constantly, events to play, rewards to grind for. Sometimes I even feel myself that grinding for gems can feel like such a job. Oh man, I gotta make sure I take advantage of this gem event and then use that as my jumping off point, and maybe I'll spend some $5 because I don't have time, but I can do this. They want you to think this way. They just want you to continue playing their game.
Yeah.
If you're playing the game, that is time that could be used to convince you to buy stuff on their game. I feel bad for the players who are now thousands of gems into debt. Unless you were able to accrue enough gems to spend immediately and use for your UR dust and create the right cards or whatever, your account now is defunct. There's a lot of really funny screenshots of people with negative
10,000 in gem debt.
10,000 gems, which you've probably seen from the thumbnail. It is, while very funny, I feel bad for these accounts now. What do? You took advantage of a mistake. Great, you should. It's fake money. It's a fake currency. They fixed it. They apologized, and now you're in Master Duel debt. Why would you ever want to continue playing? Every single event going forward, you're just going to have to claw back all these resources. Who would do that? I would just give up. I'd be like, okay, it's over. No more. Luckily for Master Duel, they only had this issue for like 10 or 20 minutes, so I don't think this will impact the game long term. But it will be forever remembered as hilarious, very scummy from Master Duel and Konami, and a stain on this game. So that's that. I don't know. There's a longer conversation we can have about mobile games and the era of the world we live in, where everything is becoming more online and electronic, and the things we own no longer are in our hands. And I don't know how to feel about it. I sure don't like it. There's a lot of controversy when it comes to even the games you buy on Steam, how annoying it is that you have to prove that you're online. On my Switch, it's such an annoying hassle that if I'm not online, sometimes it's like, well, are you online? You gotta prove you're playing the game. So many things like this, and especially premium and freemium currencies, make me feel like we don't have anything anymore. These things are no longer things I can feel with my hands, and that gives the edge to these companies and allows them to puppeteer people with their wallets, and at a moment's notice, it could be gone. That's it. Thanks for watching. If you like this style of video, consider subscribing, like the video, and sharing with a friend. This video was made possible due to my patrons, so I'd really appreciate it if you do subscribe. But if not, just watching the video is incredible. Sharing with a friend, liking, subscribing, all very easy ways to get this video going. I've never done this before, so if you're here and still listening to me, thank you. You're amazing, and maybe I'll do more of these. We'll see you later. Bye. Bye. Bye.
I don't know. There's just like, here, I'm gonna put the link here once again. Remember, we are subscribing to Luke Von Karma. We are liking the video. We are commenting on the video, etc., etc. Do you subscribe? I am subscribed. I'm subscribed to Danny. What the fuck? Oh, it's asking me if you click subscribe while you're already subscribed, it's like, do you want to give him money? No. I guess I come down a little bit shy of where Danny is. I think for me the frightening part of this is recognizing how, just making up words here, how financialized this game has become, how we have as a community and as a species so thoroughly cucked our own brains that we cannot think of a fake pee-pee poo-poo currency without thinking of how it relates to our concepts of money, right? And for me, the freaky thing here is that now it has become standard practice to be like, if there's some sort of weird exploit that enables you to get more of the fake currency, we will take away the fake currency and put you in the equivalent of real debt because it costs money to get that amount of gems. What it is, and Hippolass, you've 100% nailed it. It is an ideology that demands punishment. It is a cop inside your head that says, someone did something that was unintended, there must be retribution. Like, someone has to hurt because they clicked a menu in a video game. Someone has to hurt. There have to be consequences to everything you do. Me personally, I guess I would say a number of things. Firstly, surely they could have just rolled back the servers. How many trillions of times has this happened to another gacha game? It was up for 20 minutes. Be reasonable. Secondly, I guess I understand, like, sucking the gems back. I don't agree with it, but are you ever going below zero? At what point do you be like, well, what if we go below zero? Just from a business perspective, that's a dog shit idea. Because if someone goes enough below zero, it's not like you'll get the money back. They will just stop playing Master Duel. They'll be like, all right, I'm out. And thirdly, I've seen so many people speaking about this talk about, like, no, it's an exploit in a competitive game. Like, if you found an exploit that made you win the die roll 100% of the time, surely you would be against people using it. This is analogous to that. And to that, I would say, no, it isn't. Like, no one got any competitive advantage from this except for maybe having cards they didn't have otherwise. But, like, it's not too difficult to get the cards that you need if you're trying to just grind ladder. Maybe that's what they want, to weed out players that use exploits. They don't give a shit how upstanding of a citizen you are if you play Master Duel. They care if you give them money. That is the only input they track. Uh, I don't know. They don't want the whales that to get pissed off that others got shit for free. And there's a lot of people online that were pissed off that other people got shit for free this week. To me, I just my thought process to that is you just have to uncuck your brain. If someone else gets something, that doesn't mean you were robbed. All right. It has been really debilitating watching people. I understand being like, okay, well, they should have rolled it back or set gems to 0. It has been super debilitating seeing people be like, you should be banned. Like, of course, there has to be gem debt. It's like, you people literally will just take what is done to you. You gotta, at some point, you gotta kill the cop in your head. It's just not gonna happen. WoW Blizzard player mentality, trust me. I didn't want to say it. But every person I saw who was like arguing against it was either a known Blizzard Andy or used examples of World of Warcraft or Hearthstone putting players into debt as well. And I was like, well, how interesting. You know, some people love their life. I'm a WoW guy, and I think it's stupid. I don't know. Again, I think it is a little more nuanced than Farfa's a Konami agent, and actually you should be able to keep the gems forever. I mean, if they want to correct it, I think they are within their rights to, but I think they definitely need to stop short of instituting gem debt, which even in a world where if you believe that that's something they should be able to do, will just get people to quit Master Duel and stop giving them money, right? I don't know. Yeah, Farfa's also a gem exploiter. He creates new accounts. That's not legal. He keeps creating new accounts to get the new player gems. Wait a minute. That's not legal. When are we getting 10K, or you get around 10K gems in a month and debt didn't go more than that? We need to institute gem usury. Anyway, I liked this video from Danny. I appreciate him making it. It sucks that it didn't do 10K. We can surely get it to 10K right here. Look at these comments though. Holy shit. Ugh. There's plenty of games that honor it. Can't even name one. No one should honor this type of exploit. Awesome. I can also name another game where this exact same scenario happened. The devs didn't honor it, and it still remains extremely popular. The reason nobody cared is it was unfair to players who didn't abuse the exploit. Single player game. It's unfair to players that didn't abuse the exploit. There's nothing to say other than cucked mentality. Someone else got something in their single player game I didn't get in my single player game. Jesus Christ. It still remains extremely popular. Yes, because this ideology has become the dominant one. That's why we permit these companies to do what they do. Someone brought this up during the stream yesterday, but I think that not taking the gems would be problematic because if I wasn't online during those 10 minutes, I would have pretty dark FOMO. I don't care. What the what the fuck? Dark gothic FOMO. You can actually see which ones were posted after Farfa watched it on stream. A gem advance. They're already figuring out ways to describe it in the terms of a loan shark. It's not gem debt. You just got a gem advance, and now it's gone. Oh my gosh. It's like some of those stories where there's a glitch in the ATM, so people just use it to withdraw infinite cash. Yeah, I guess the only issue with this analogy is this word right here, cash. It's actually crazy how few people are like, no, this is fucked up. Gem advance again. That's unbelievable. Let me get this straight. You're actively encouraging people to take advantage and exploit known bugs. Just didn't watch the video. Hi. Good. I'm good. I did. It was very peppery. That's fine. I like pepper. What'd you think? Mm-hmm. I mean, I like pepper. It was fine, yeah. Yeah, it's downstairs on the table. Was downstairs on the table. I think it's on your side of the big table. Konami garnishing dailies to pay back duelist loans over a 10-minute bug is still crazy. First person to say that it's weird that they do this. Anyone arguing that people taking advantage of these exploits should be punished for their sins, I want to remind you, they are playing a gacha game, a game that is inherently designed to take advantage of and exploit you. That's 100% correct, and it's done something to your brain. It has trained your brain to think, that's what I deserve. I'm a little pay pig. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And if someone else is doing it different and getting something for nothing, that hurts me. Oh my goodness gracious. How strange. How strange. Now you're making it erotic? It is erotic! Oh, man. A gem loan! A gem loan! We cannot conceptualize this currency as anything other than cold hard cash. Are people asking for interest on this yet? Are people like, why are we not tipping Konami for giving us so many gems? There we go. The best solution would be roll back the gems, then provide players a 1 to 2K bonus as an apology for emergency maintenance. I mean, holy fuck, how many times did Duel Links apologize for a bug with 50 gems or something? I don't see, like, it's like best solution, rollback servers. Second best solution, set to 0. Third best solution, remove the gems, putting people in gem debt, but then give compensatory gems. Last place solution, what they did, and all the comments are like, I'm glad they did what they did. There's no place in my Yu-Gi-Oh! For scum-sucking bastards who clicked synchro 4 times. Oh my goodness. The people who did this 100% knew they were wrong. I think debt is a fair solution. This is me in Venice, by the way. Me in Venice in 1500. Hey, honestly. Oh, man. Konami made a gambling game for kids, then a gambling video game out of it. I do not have moral opposition to people seeking ways to exploit bugs in it. I think everyone should feel that way. The players behaved in the way the game is built to train us to behave and sought out gems at all costs. What did they get for it? Maybe 1 free optimized deck? Oh, the horror. RJ, you're going to prison. I'm going to put you in jail. Oh man. All right.